महाराज, आज आपका 106th व्यास पूजा सेरेमनी है। हम सब लोग यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हुए हैं। आपके लेक्चर में एक शब्द सुना अभी मैंने, मैं कुछ सोच और रहा था लेकिन मन बदल गया। ध्रुव, जिस प्रकार से नारद मुनि ने ध्रुव महाराज का जीवन बदला, जिस प्रकार से नारद मुनि ने प्रहलाद महाराज का जीवन बदला, आपने अबू धाबी आकर के हम सबका जीवन बदल दिया। युधिष्ठिर महाराज जब विदुर महाराज का स्वागत करते हैं तो कहते हैं कि जहां भक्त के चरण पड़ते हैं वो चीज तीर्थ हो जाती है। तो आपने जहां जहां आपके श्री चरण कमल पड़े वो सब तीर्थ बन गए। अबू धाबी भी तीर्थ बन गए। कभी सोच भी नहीं सकते प्रभु जी, माता जी, हम लोग कि केवल स्पर्श मात्र से, केवल दर्शन मात्र से जीवन कैसे बदल जाता है। और महाराज ने हम लोगों का जीवन जो बदला है कि जो जीवन संपर्क में आने से पहले था और जो जीवन आज है उनकी कोई तुलना नहीं है। पद्म पुराण के अंदर बड़ा सुंदर प्रसंग आता है ययाति महाराज का। ययाति महाराज ने इस पृथ्वी के ऊपर वैकुंठ लाके प्रकट कर दिया। आदेश किया कि आज से और अभी से मेरी जितनी भी प्रजा है, हरि भजन, एकादशी व्रत, हरि नाम, विष्णु अर्चन, ये सब करेगी। तो पद्म पुराण में लिखा है पृथ्वी के ऊपर वैकुंठ प्रकट हो गया। और महाराज ने अपने स्पर्श के द्वारा राजकोट को वैकुंठ बना दिया। आपकी गुजरात की भूमि में सुदामा द्वारका गए भगवान से मिलने के लिए। तो भागवतम में जब सुदामा जी को भगवान रात को बात करते हैं, 10वें स्कंद के 80th चैप्टर के 32, 30, 34 3 वर्ष है प्रभु जी। उसमें भगवान सुदामा जी से कहते हैं कि सुदामा, जन्म देने वाला प्रथम गुरु होता है, उसके बाद जो शिक्षा देता है दूसरा गुरु होता है, लेकिन जो आध्यात्मिक जीवन देता है वो जो गुरु होता है मैं स्वयं होता हूं। तो भगवान को तो हमने नहीं देखा, महाराज के रूप में भगवान को हमने। भगवान आगे कहते हैं सुदामा जी से कि सुदामा, जो गुरु शिक्षा देता है वो शिक्षा मेरी ही दी हुई है। उसके परपोर्ट में 33 वर्ष के परपोर्ट में भगवान कहते हैं प्रभुपाद जी के शिष्यों ने लिखा है, मनुष्य का पिता उस धार्मिक नेता की तरह पूजनीय है जो पवित्र संस्कार कराता है और सामान्य विद्या प्रदान करता है, किंतु अंततोत्वा ऐसा प्रामाणिक गुरु जो दिव्य ज्ञान में पारंगत होता है और जन्म मृत्यु के संसार से पार कराकर वैकुंठ ले जाने में समर्थ होता है, यह सर्वाधिक पूज्य तथा आदरणीय होता है, क्योंकि वह भगवान साक्षात प्रतिनिधि होता है, जैसा कि यहाँ कहा गया। तो महाराज, आप हमारे लिए भगवान के साक्षात प्रतिनिधि के रूप में हमारे जीवन में आए, हम सबका जीवन बदल दिया। और विशेष रूप से मुझ जैसे पतित जीव जो संसार में भटक रहे थे, जो संसार में सड़ रहे थे, उनको आपने ला करके अपने चरण में यहाँ पर बिठा दिया। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महाराज। आपकी कृपा से जो सेवा चल रही है वृंदावन धाम में, प्रयास यही है कि वो सेवा में अपनी जितनी भी आपकी कृपा से क्षमता है उसमें मैं पूर्ण करूं। आपका आशीर्वाद महाराज कि आपकी कृपा से हम सब जिस तरीके से भी भगवान की भक्ति में लगे हैं, आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे और वो भक्ति में हम आगे लगे रहे। हरे कृष्णा। महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज की।
I would like to invite a representative devotee from Chennai congregation. Do we have Narahari Prabhu? Are you doing that? So let's invite Narahari Prabhu to make an offering on behalf of the devotees at the lotus feet of Maharaj. Thank you, Narahari Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, please accept my Danda pranams on the auspicious occasion of the Vyasa Puja of Our Holiness. Maharaj, between the last year and this year's Vyasa Puja, whatever good things happened in my spiritual life are all due to your causeless mercy upon this fallen disciple, though I am not well qualified for the same. Last year we could come for the Tirobhav in February 2025 and have Darshan of Somnath Temple, ISKCON Somnath and Prabhasa Kshetra where Lord Krishna performed his final Leela. And we were blessed with the association of his guest Vaishnava Seva Prabhu who mercifully spent time with us. And we were also blessed to visit the holy Dham of Jagannath Puri in September, and it was a glorious experience to take darshan of Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadraji. More than calling it a Jagannath Kshetra, Puri is better called the Nrisimhadeva because on all the four sides of the Puri temple there is Nrisimha Murti, and at the back side of Jagannath also there is Nrisimha temple. And after coming back, Kalchakra Prabhu said that there are two more Nrisimha temples which we could have taken darshan. So, by the valuable guidance of his guest Kalchakra Prabhu, we were also able to take darshan of Haridas Thakur's Samadhi, Bhajan Kutir, and Mahaprabhu's residence. By your unlimited grace, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadrama came to our house in their deity form. We are committing so many offences and lapses in serving them, but we are fully banking on your mercy and praying to you for them to accept our service. Actually, when we serve deity or when we chant the holy name, like when we pray to the spiritual master, like through him the service is offered. In that way, the Lord doesn't mind our offences so seriously. And and one more thing happened in the past 2 years is that I am receiving instructions and inspiration from various resources on how to count the blessings in life rather than comparing with others. I have never practiced this attitude of gratitude in my life and now only trying to make baby steps. That is one thing Maharaj has always been telling personally me, saying that don't compare yourself with others. And one time when I called him, the line was busy. It was landline. From the room, Maharaj will attend the calls. 2-3 times I called and then it was busy. Then after that I called him. Maharaj said, "Did you try calling me?" I said, "Yes, Maharaj." No, actually I was talking to the Trivandrum devotees. He said, "See, those devotees, they are materially so poor. They don't have material assets or anything. Still, they are very satisfied in their position. Man, you have so much and you are always complaining to me." so, so Maharaj always insisted this one point, not big philosophy or anything to me. He said that you should be satisfied in your position, appreciate what you have. That is something, and Maharaj has got many agents. If you don't listen to him, he will speak through all those agents. That agents will be everywhere. It can be your boss, it can be your office colleagues, and it can be even your customers. Many times, actually, one point you can try. I mean, not now, but after the thing, you go to YouTube and try ECE bulb advertisement. In the 90s, it was very famous ECE bulb. So one guy will try to buy a lamp bulb for his house. So everyone who meets on his way, VC bulb lana. That was a very, very famous statement. So finally he will go and he will not even be able to ask the bulb properly because he was bombarded with so many inputs on the EC bulb. So bulb, he will say that, and then the shopkeeper will just keep the bulb on his hand and the bulb will glow. So like that, there are many things. That one thing I will recollect. I was working in Germany for a project. So at the time I had severe stomach upset, very severe. And after that I will not take much time. So Maharaj was in London. Actually, I want to call Maharaj and tell about this, but I know what answer he will give because he will say that take ginger. I know that already. I want something quick. I want something fashion to cure my stomach problem. Then I asked my Regina, she was a German lady. I said, Regina, I'm having stomach issue. She said, I will tell you something. You boil water, grate ginger, and put it and then take it. And I got very upset about it. I'm not listening to you. Then I told my project manager, his name was Robert. I said, Robert, I'm really suffering and with the pain only I'm working. Don't worry, there is a doctor downstairs. I will take you there. Then he took me to the doctor. Doctor said, they are very formal actually. He said, unless I know your medical history, I cannot subscribe medicine, but still I can help you. See, he bought some packets. He said, put them in hot water and take it. I said, what are these packets? These are ginger tea. then, then immediately I called Maharaj and said, Maharaj, I really apologize. I've been having stomach problems and I'm literally trying to, after the pain gets over, I thought I will call you because you will tell me to take ginger. Maharaj started laughing. Then I said, whom are I talking to? they are telling us. So Maharaj has got agents everywhere. If you don't listen to him, which is the case with me, so mostly I get the same instructions from other sources. So that, and sometimes it will be through people whom we have to listen. So I hope about our wife. Through them, the instructions also can come. So you cannot. So then, so regarding gratitude, Maharaj has always been telling, appreciate what you have. If you don't appreciate what we have, definitely we will be forced to appreciate because that thing will be taken away from us. When it is taken away from us, we will realize the value. Till we have it, we will not appreciate. That is Maharaj always has been telling me. And also, I want to make a prayer to Maharaj that to make frequent visits to Rajkot and stay more days, and also to Jagannath Puri. So that is something which I wanted to pray. And also, during difficult times, we should take shelter of Bhagavatam and holy name. But unfortunately, that is what I have written here, that our mind becomes so disturbed that we get into social media and other distractions to get temporary relief from miseries. So that requires a lot of mercy from the spiritual master to take shelter of Srimad-Bhagavatam. And I pray at your lotus feet so that I will become more sincere in taking shelter of the holy name and Srimad-Bhagavatam in spite of material situation. And on this auspicious occasion, I always remember with gratitude the God brothers, His Grace Kalshakar Prabhu, His Grace Purnati Prabhu, and His Grace Purna Pragya Prabhu, who were instrumental in guiding me to your lotus feet. Also, no words to thank His Grace Vaishnava Seva Prabhu and His Grace Arthabandhu Prabhu, who are putting up with all my shortcomings and still mercifully guiding and inspiring me with their association. And this sloka actually very much fits Maharaj. There are many slokas which will fit his qualities, but this sloka, how to express our gratitude, which inspired me. 11:29:38 from Bhagavad-gita. Uddhava prays to Lord Krishna. Pratyapi pratyarpito me bhavatanukampina Vrityaya vijnanamaya pradipa Hitva kritagnyastava padamulam Ponyam samiya charanam tvadiyam. In return for my insignificant surrender, you have mercifully bestowed upon me, your servant, the torchlight of transcendental knowledge. Therefore, what devotee of yours who has any gratitude could ever give up your lotus feet and take shelter of another master? And I want to become attached to hearing your lectures regularly and in this way get your transcendental association, which will help me solve all the self-created miseries. I pray for this attachment on this auspicious occasion to Bhagavan Nrisimha and Your Holiness, trying to be your passmark disciple but still failing. Narayana. Thank you. And actually, every year we see so many things improving in Rajkot. And Vaishnava Seva Prabhu, under the mercy of Maharaj, every year something new happens. You take a video of this building, next year you come, something new will be there. So that is mercy of Maharaj. And Maharaj's potency is that the holy places around are also becoming more and more prominent. Last year when I came, I couldn't notice few things. This year when I came, exactly 5 kilometers from here, there is a Parasuram Mandir, which was not prominent. Actually, many years I used to search in Rajkot, there is a Parasuram Mandir. It is always mentioned in Google, but this year it has become prominent. As a saintly person lives, not only he elevates the places around where he is staying, but the places around him are also influenced and they become prominent. So, so gratitude is one virtue which we all can hear from Maharaj. Maharaj has been always telling me, that is one thing he said, we appreciate what you have, never complain. So, but I have always been complaining. So, this is one quality I beg from Maharaj on this occasion. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you so much, Narari Prabhu. So much realizations and so much of good points for us to remember, especially about appreciating what we have. We should. And I really must thank the devotees in Rajkot, led by Vaishnava Prabhu. It is true. Every time we come, we see something different. This year, did you see the Bhajan Kutir of Maharaj? The entrance is so beautiful. It is now so much open. People can walk from outside and they can see in. For many years, many people in the public did not even know that actually Maharaj stayed there. It was just a narrow corridor. Nobody could understand it. But now it's become really nice. And I'm sure as time goes on, by Maharaj's mercy, Vaishnava Prabhu and the devotees here will get so much inspiration to continue improving things here. Maharaj wanted us very often never to sit on our laurels. He wanted us to keep improving whatever we are doing. And each person, like Narari Prabhu said correctly, we are not meant to compare with each other. We are just meant to improve each other. You know, each person should improve himself or herself. And we pray for the others as they pray for us. So thank you so much for such an inspirational point, Narari Prabhu. I'd like to call a representative devotee from Trivandrum. You just heard from Narahari Prabhu about the Trivandrum devotees. The Trivandrum devotees are amazing because for many years they surrendered so much to Maharaj. When Maharaj went to Trivandrum, Maharaj could not understand their language and they could not understand Maharaj's language. But eventually they surrendered to Maharaj, not on the basis of language, but on the basis of love and devotion. And so today, even if you go to Trivandrum and sit down and spend time with the devotees there, you'll find that their love for Maharaj is very powerful. And they are so much guided by Maharaj. And as Maharaj also told us many times, many of the Trivandrum devotees were not in the situation financially, economically, like many others in India or even overseas. And yet, without fail, every year, they will somehow or another make that long trip from Trivandrum by train. Right? It'll take them more than a day, sometimes a day and a half. By the time they come to Dwarka, most people will be finished, but they will in glorification of Maharaj. So today, who's speaking? So Lakshman, thank you so much, Prabhu. Please come forward and please make the offering on behalf of the Trivandrum devotees. Hare Krishna. I think we should have a loud Hari Bol every time somebody comes forward. Otherwise, no prasadam.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Shrimade Mahavishnu Goswami Namami Murtha Charanavande Shri Bhagavad-gita and Srimad-Bhagavatam Mahavishnu Goswami Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Shrimade Bhakti-vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharani Vishesha Suryavadi Pasyati Desha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shri Vyasa Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, dear Srila Gurudeva, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Sri Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada and Maharaj. Happy birthday, Maharaj. Dear Gurudev, I do not know how to fully express my gratitude for the causeless mercy you have shown to me by accepting me as your disciple, Maharaj. I feel I'm the most fallen soul without any qualification, Maharaj. Yet you choose me. Yet you choose all of us, Maharaj. When I first met you, Gurudev, I was not able to understand, Maharaj. Even a single word you were saying, Maharaj, because we had a very big language barrier. But still, you accept us all, Maharaj. In Srimad-Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 29th chapter, 51 verse, says, Savi Priyatamscha Chatma, Yetona Bhayam Anvi Abhi, Idi Veda Savai Vidwan, Yo Vidvansa Guru Hari. One who is, translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who is engaged in devotion service has not the least fear in material existence. This is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a super soul and friend of everyone. One who knows the secret is actually educated, and one thus educated can become the spiritual master of the whole world. One who is an actual bona fide spiritual master, a representative of Krishna, is not different from Krishna. Beloved Gurudev, when you were present in your transcendental physical form, we had many opportunities to meet you. I am such an unqualified person that I could not understand your greatness, Maharaj. As stated in the verse above, one who is an actual bona fide spiritual master, representative of Krishna, is not different from Krishna. I missed those great opportunities to spend more time with you, Maharaj. We are really sorry, Maharaj. By your causeless mercy, once you told us, when I am here, you can associate with me in person or over the phone. When I leave this material world, I will associate with you all through my Vani and instruction, Maharaj. Gurudev, that is what we are experiencing now, Maharaj. Your Vani continuously inspiring all of us, Maharaj. Even though I do not have any qualification, Maharaj, I am still trying to glorify your couple of qualifications, Maharaj. Maharaj, you have a great jnana chakshu. Maharaj, you taught us with our Mamsa Chakshu, we cannot see Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you have quoted many slokas informing that. Gurudev, you taught us to see and experience Krishna in every page of Bhagavatam, every line of Bhagavatam, Maharaj, that we are trying to see, Maharaj. Maharaj, you are fearless, Maharaj. Gurudev, when you, with your life, you have shown us how to be fearless. Throughout your life, you had many challenges, Maharaj. You stood still and maintained your family and took care of your family. When you came to Dwaraka as a sannyasi, Maharaj, while procuring the land, you had so many trouble with local people and Gundas. You stood still, Maharaj, and you were very calm, and you told the Gunda, that particular Gunda, by hearing from the devotees, we know that you told him, you are not fighting with me, you are fighting with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Finally, Krishna's will, the land has been granted and a beautiful stone temple came as Prabhupada instructed, Maharaj. Maharaj, your love towards Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj, you took Srila Prabhupada's instruction very seriously and studied Srimad-Bhagavatam very seriously. In all your lectures, you mentioned the greatness of Srila Prabhupada and his causeless mercy towards all humankind. You instructed the Trivandrum devotees to read Srimad-Bhagavatam in English. They all are surprised. But you specifically said, why in English? Because it was directly written by Srila Prabhupada, and we started following that, Maharaj. Maharaj, your love towards disciples and the common people. Maharaj, you treated every human being equally. Whenever you travel, you will be talking to those people, even non-devotee or devotee. You understand them very well. And you will even talk about their family members and other things. And for sure, they are all so fortunate to get your association. Each disciple, you have given special instructions so that they can carry them throughout their life, Maharaj. Once a wealthy person, this was the instruction, an incident we get to know from the Vedic Prabhu actually. So, once when a wealthy person donated a small amount of money, even after you spent hours talking to him and his family, the devotees accompanied, he was given only small amount of donation, but the devotees came with you, were not happy. But Maharaj, you taught them actually. People are not ATMs. We are devotees. We should hear them. We must hear them. If we don't hear them, who will hear them? We must guide them in the way of Bhagavatam. Maharaj, you are equipped. There was an incident where in Trivandrum, actually, Maharaj, there was an incident where you were not properly welcomed at an ISKCON center and you were not even provided a chair. The devotee accompanied with, he was very happy and very upset, sorry, Maharaj. He was very upset and he was about to report and he was very angry. You remained calm and asked him to read Srimad-Bhagavatam 1:18:48. Tiraskradaviplata Shaptakshipta Hatapi Nasya Tatprati Kurvandi Tatpakto Prabhavo Abhi. The devotees of the Lord are so tolerant that even if they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they will never seek revenge. You simply taught us how to behave in such a situation, Maharaj, and depend on Krishna and behave like a devotee. Seeing good in everything and seeing Krishna's hand in everything. Gurudev, you have taught us that we should see good in everything. Even if a person criticizing us, we should accept that. And we should try to realize and improve ourselves. We should learn that there should be something which needs to be improved. Once a devotee asked in your class that there are so many problems in ISKCON and he was frustrated. You simply replied to him that you have been with ISKCON for a long time and you didn't find any issue. And you said it is a problem with our eyes. We should see only good in everything. Then only we will be good. Maharaj, you told us we should see Krishna's hand in everything. Once we see Krishna's hand in everything, we will be peaceful. Dear Gurudev, I am trying to serve Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, every day in a hope that somehow or other I will please you, Gurudev. Please bless us all so that we can also scrupulously study Srimad-Bhagavatam, by which we can get daily association from you, Srila Prabhupada and Srila Radha, Sri Radha Neelmadhavji. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, also we lost our Pujari Prabhu couple of weeks ago. So we are sure that Maharaj, he will be associating with you. He will be your personal Pujari Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Jai His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj. Prabhu is referring to Yadushresh Prabhu, our dear God brother who left his body just a little while ago, but who gave so much service in Abu Dhabi, gave so much service in Trivandrum, was so loved by all the devotees. As we grow older, our time is coming closer, and we should reflect on all the points that Maharaj gave us, because Maharaj faced all the difficulties with so much of transcendental vision. And at the end of his pastime also, he did the same thing. And that's why we are all here today, so inspired by him. Thank you, Suratan Chakra Prabhu, for giving us this nice insight from Trivandrum. And thank you to all the Trivandrum devotees who have come. Now I'd like to invite a devotee representative from Singapore to come forward. Maharaj first came to Singapore in 1987. And then he came again in 88, in 89. And every year for about 15 years, he would come at least twice to Singapore. The first time we ever heard of Maharaj was to one of the senior devotees. And I remember he went to Mayapur, and Maharaj was teaching in Mayapur Institute at that time, right, for higher education. And he came back and he told us, there is this gentleman devotee, he's elderly, he's wearing white, but I heard he's taking sannyas. He then told us he can hardly climb the stairs because the Mayapur Lotus building is very high, and he would have to teach at a high level. But then they were telling us that every time people had to sign up for this teaching, this devotee's row or this devotee's courses would be the one that would be most signed up. And everybody else, would be sitting down and waiting for people to sign up. And this devotee, there would be no end to the queue. So this senior devotee, our God brother, Dinalu Kampana Prabhu, he then told all of us, and we were 17, 18, he told us that this person will be your spiritual master. And he will take sannyas, and we must buy him a around the world ticket, and we must bring him to Singapore. So we had never heard of Maharaj before. We just heard that he was a great scholar of Srimad-Bhagavatam. We heard that he was teaching in Mayapur. We heard that he had passed through all the ashrams of life, that he was a very practical devotee. And then so finally when he came to Singapore, we all saw him at the temple. And I remember when we first saw Maharaj, each one of us, we all went in separately, but every one of us came out completely mesmerized. In just 5-10 minutes, Maharaj opened up Bhagavad-gita and he took a verse from there. For me, he took the verse Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. For the others, he went on 10, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11. And we all came out and shared notes, and we were greedy to spend more time with Maharaj. And that's when we started knowing him. So he came almost a year after we had heard about him. By then he was on probation. He was already wearing sannyas clothes, and Dinanu Kamna Prabhu's father, Sayan Prabhu, he bought a round the world ticket for Maharaj. So Maharaj started from Mayapur, and then he came down through India, and he came to Singapore, and then later he would go through the famous world tour that he would do starting from London every other year. And the first time we met Maharaj, I don't know what it is to describe to you, because we thought that we had found someone whom we could finally surrender to. Personally, I have been going to ISKCON since 1983. So I've seen so many spiritual masters, and I was very inspired by many of them. But the questions I was asking, somehow I could not find a connection. But when I met Maharaj, I just knew, as Dina Prabhu was saying, that this is the person you must surrender your life to. So Singapore, in that sense, we were very fortunate, because Maharaj spent hours and hours. He spent so many years with us. He gave us so much of association. So we want to ask one of the representatives from Singapore to please come forward. Who's it going to be, Prabhu? Dinwasa Prabhu. So Dinwasa Prabhu, very nice. Please come, Prabhu. Dinwasa Prabhu is a Sikh. Okay? And when I first met him, I thought, okay, he'll come to the temple for a while, but he'll go back to the Gurdwara anyway. But when he came to the temple, he never left. And he gave so much of his service even till today, right? I remember when I was speaking to Maharaj, he doesn't know this. Maharaj asked me whether he's going to get married. And I said, Maharaj, he's a bachelor and he doesn't want to get married. And Maharaj told me he's married to his service. So don't trouble him. Don't trouble him. So Dinwasa Prabhu is the president of our center in Singapore. And he has been taking care of our programs, for so many years. Everyone from Singapore knows that anytime you call, Dinwasa Prabhu is always available. He gets firing from every devotee, because all the devotees want everything. Never they are satisfied. And Dinwasa Prabhu is the bouncing, he's like the bouncing wall for everyone. But he tolerates, and we are all very happy to be in this service. So please, Prabhu, make your offering to Maharaj. Yeah, but now it's Vyasa Puja to Maharaj, so please glorify Maharaj.
Namo Subhadraji, Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale, Srimad Mahavishnu Goswami. Actually, just now for Maharaj, right? I was hearing the class just now, we're all hearing in Hindi. So Maharaj mentioned one thing, that we do not want anybody to be our parents. Right? If we were to given a right, we do not want this person to be a father. But when I met Maharaj first, I think it was in Devaki Prabhu's Radhika Mataji's house, he just asked me, what are you doing? I said, Maharaj, I'm sick and then I'm studying. And I think Raghunath Prabhu brought me to Devaki Prabhu's house. And then on that day, I accepted Maharaj as my father, actually. So in the spiritual world, when we saw Maharaj, right, I thought that here is a person. I seen many sadhus in the Sikh temple, but my heart went out to Maharaj. I just wanted to say that before I start. I'll just give the offerings, what I wrote. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for giving us another opportunity to remember and glorify you. Remembering Maharaj's instructions is the best method for us to get out of all the material impurities by which we are constantly attacked. Srila Prabhupada once became very deeply absorbed in remembering his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and tears flowed down from his cheeks. My spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada said, and his voice choked. My spiritual master, he said, he was no ordinary spiritual master. He paused again and then whispered, you saved me. Maharaj, you are no ordinary spiritual master as well. Maharaj, you have saved all of us from these constant material anxieties and given us so much of transcendental knowledge, and more importantly, on how to act on them. Hearing Maharaj's classes attentively has given us so much courage and practical methods on how we can put Bhagavatam into practice immediately in gradual steps. Maharaj, your classes are exactly like the following verse in 227. That was, Pibantiye Bhagavata Atman Satam. Those who drink through oral reception, fully filled with the material messages of Lord Krishna, the beloved of the devotees, purify the polluted aim of life, known as material enjoyment, and thus go back to Godhead, to the lotus feet of Him, the personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport to the above verse as follows. The highest perfectional thinking for human society is suggested here by Sukdev Goswami, namely sufficiently hearing Srimad-Bhagavatam. For men in this age of Kali, when they have lost their perfect vision of life, this Bhagavatam is the torchlight by which we can see the real path. By sufficiently hearing of Srimad-Bhagavatam, the polluted aim of life, namely lording it over material matter, will subside, and the people in general, all parts of the world, will be able to live a peaceful life of knowledge and bliss. Constantly hearing from Maharaj is the only way to get out of all miseries. Otherwise, Maharaj will be very tough for us. And whatsoever Maharaj has said has proven to be correct always. And I can witness the same in my life. Before I embark on anything, I always ask myself, will this action please Maharaj? Please bless us on this auspicious day as we want to purify our consciousness and depend on Maharaj through this prayer of prayer to Maharaj. I think that verse is 4:20-31. Vanmayada jana isha kandito. My dear, my Lord, to your illusory energy, all living entities in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position. And out of ignorance, they are always desirous of material happiness in the form of society, friendship, and love. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefit from you. But as a father not waiting for the son's demands, does everything for the benefit of the son, please bestow upon us whatever you think is best for us. Maharaj, I am not at all even qualified to offer these prayers. But Maharaj, your mercy is the only saving grace. Please, Maharaj, I do not want to keep asking for material benefits. However, I just want to be constantly be in touch with you and to be in association with the loving God siblings who constantly remind us of Maharaj. Please kindly forgive us on this day, Maharaj, for all our shortcomings and let us hold on to your lotus feet tightly. Your servant, Dina Vashla Krishna Das.
Thank you, Vyasa Prabhu. I'd like to call from Minneapolis, Manohar Krishna Prabhu. You're here, Prabhu? Manohar Krishna Prabhu is a dear disciple of Maharaj. He has been in Minneapolis for many years. He was introduced to Krishna consciousness through the mercy of Punendru Prabhu and the Suya Mataji. And he met Maharaj many years ago, and he spent so much time and dedication to Minneapolis Yatra. Personally, I've had so much association of Prabhu. He's so sweet. Some of us will not even know that he's actually older than most of us. But Maharaj blessed him, to be always lively, sprightly, and always ready to help and ready to serve. Manohar Prabhu, thank you so much for joining us today in Rajkot. And please make your offering to Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
My respect for the business, I am bad. Maharaji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and you. I am not qualified, yet with great compassion, you considered me to train in your spiritual school. I am still immature in sadhana bhakti, but with your blessings and guidance, I hope to become perfect one day. What is lacking is the focused, sincere, serious, and consistent endeavor in devotional service. You made devotional service simple and easy by doing BBC, Mangalarti. You have specially emphasized study of Srimad-Bhagavatam, resulting in improvement of our behavior. Maharaj, you are an ocean of good qualities, and anyone who can come in touch with you can get inspired in devotion.
HHMBG, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami acronym depicts some of your qualities. H stands for humility. You humbly tolerated all our follies. Sometimes, we have spoken harshly to Maharaj also, but he simply tolerated in our foolishness, my foolishness. H for honest. You taught us to be very honest in our work. And M stands for magnanimous. Your fatherly love to all. Many of the devotees already said that you are equal to all and you are very fatherly. And I was traveling to Vrindavan, and one devotee just sat and go in the restaurant, and he has been serving Maharaj for many years when he was not initiating, of course. And he said he always regarded him as his son, and he served him very nice. I will tell his name later, but he was almost in tears while he was speaking like that. So Maharaj is so loving to everyone. So that is the sign of a great, true Sadguru or a good, a fully realized spiritual master. And V stands for victory through study of Srimad-Bhagavatam. So Param Vijayate, as we say. So in third chapter of Bhagavad-gita, we have Krishna has identified our enemy, which is lust. And Srimad Bhagavatam, we can destroy this lust by our study. And Maharaj has advised us to scrutinizingly study Srimad Bhagavatam. And G, you have guided us to give us real eyes. So he said, it is a realization. So realization means we get the real eyes. We see things in a proper perspective. That yes, we are going to die. This world is temporary, etc. And we are so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. That is the real eyes. So Maharaj, you taught us how to study the scriptures scrutinizingly. For they have solutions to mitigate our sufferings. Maharaj, you taught us how to relish the scriptures. So my hope is to someday be able to relish the scriptures like many of the senior devotees here. And so that we can. Maharaj, you said, this world, whether we walk or run, we will lose definitely. A world, acronym world. So everyone is sure to die one day. Yet modern world is moving at a crazy speed towards unwanted things. The human values are decreasing, the diseases are increasing, demonic qualities are increasing, human behavior is becoming more like animals. Prahlad Maharaj has said in the 7th canto that material solutions create more problems than the original problem. So our main issue is lack of gratitude towards devotees and Rishikesh, uh, who is supplying everything. Maharaj, you have rightly pointed out that there is a need of a revolution. Maharaj, you have pointed out that by merely reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we can purify the whole world. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.11, it is said, Tadvagisargo janatag viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abhadyavati api नामान्यनन्तस्य शोकितानि शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति कृणन्ति साधवः. On the other hand, that literature, which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories, the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord, is a different creation full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of the world misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Saint is far above the level of ordinary man. He is always absorbed in glorifying the Supreme Lord because by broadcasting the holy name and fame of the Supreme Lord, the polluted atmosphere of the world will change. And as a result, propagating the transcendental literatures like Srimad-Bhagavatam, people will become sane in their transactions. So Maharaj, you have taught us by studying Srimad-Bhagavatam how to become sane and improve our behavior. So my sincere prayer to you, Maharaj, is at your lotus feet, Maharaj, is to please accept us, to help us increase the listening of your lectures, Granth post readings, increase our quality for our chanting, the depth, uh, the depth and consistency of our study of scriptures, regularly distribute Srila Prabhupada books, perform Sankirtan and Prasadam distribution, and perform loving deity seva. May my actions be devoid of offenses towards devotees, and may I act always as a good instrument in your expert hands. Yours sincerely, Hare Krishna. Uh, Thank you very much. I just wanted to update since I am from Minneapolis on the behalf of congregation there. There has been significant development in terms of having a temple there. And thanks to the Venkinanda Prabhu and other devotees there and GBC and others, we got a very wonderful name. That is ISKCON New Mahavan, which is very unique because normally it is just the name of the place. So that is nice, and we got a piece of land by Maharaj Mercy and his inspiration. Other devotees like Yadushesh Prabhu, Balam Prabhu, Purendra Prabhu, other by their blessings, Anusuya Mataji, Gopika Mataji, all blessings we have. Means we got a place about 5.5 acre land with a house and a pole barn, and we hope to convert that barn. And the challenge was for fundraising, and Maharaj, by your mercy, somehow or other, we came across a philanthropist kind of person who not only donated generously, but also inspired inspired us to come up with a fundraising scheme. And he came up with a patron membership plan, in which he said he will have a matching grant. So he said, if you get this membership for 3K, each membership will be 5K. And if a member pays 3K, then I'll match with 2K. So that way, so far we have got 45 members contribute so far, and he has said that he will do it for 100 members. So it's all Maharaj mercy. We have not thought, we were all scratching our heads how it will happen, but it has all transpired. And as Vaishnav Seva Prabhu also keeps saying, it is happening all by Maharaj. I can see that it happens. So all we have to do is to do our devotional service, and he will take care of it. So with that, all glories to Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj and all his disciples and devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Maybe you can introduce him to us in Rajkot also. That would be very helpful. Thank you. Now we'd like to invite another senior devotee, His Grace Girivardhari Prabhu. Girivardhari Prabhu is now in Bangalore, but for many years, he was one of the backbones of the Abu Dhabi Yatra. He and Abhirakanya Mataji worked very hard to bring so many devotees to the lotus feet of Krishna and to introduce them to Krishna consciousness. He's a wonderful singer, very peaceful devotee, and I thought it would be very nice if we asked him to share his reflections and his offerings to Maharaj. Please, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Mahavishnu Hare Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Mahavishnu Hare Krishna Prasthaya Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Gurumani Prachar Nirvisesha Shanyavadi Paschata Deshtani Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vatsadi Gaura. Hare Krishna Maharaj, I actually want to read the glorification done by His Grace Swayamswati Prabhu, who actually introduced to us in Abu Dhabi. Otherwise, Swayamswati Prabhu if he had not introduced to us, Maharaj we would not have known Maharaj at all. So I thought his glorification, his offerings, I will read out for all of you, so that actually he has given us actually Maharaj to glorify, because he introduced to us. He and Devakinanda Prabhu had come Abu Dhabi, and they introduced actually, and that's how the Abu Dhabi congregation got actually flourished. In fact, actually, and so many devotees have now actually totally dispersed to different parts of the place. So I'll just read out. Hare Krishna, please accept Shatabrati humble obeisances at your lotus feet on the occasion of the blessed appearance day. On the auspicious occasion, I would like to offer below us Srimad-Bhagavatam 6.1.16. Nathatha hi agavan rajan yeta tapa adipihi yatha Krishna pita pranas tat purusha nishivaya. Translation: My dear king, if a sinful person engage in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learns how to dedicate his life under the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. One cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and other methods of atonement. I have previously described Srila Prabhupada purpose. He says, Tat Purusha refers to a preacher of Krishna consciousness, such as the spiritual master. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has said, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nishtara Payeche Kevo. Without serving a bona fide spiritual master, an ideal Vaishnava who can be delivered from the clutches of Maya. So this verse explains that one becomes purified not by austerity alone, but by serving a pure devotee, Sat Purusha, a real representative of Krishna. Whenever we reflect on these teachings, we think of your life, your character, your kind influence on our insignificant spiritual journey. Srila Prabhupada writes, the word Krishna Arpita Prama refers to a devotee who dedicates his life to serving Krishna. These was first perfectly describe you. Everything you did, your traveling, your lecture, your Bhagavatam reading, your interactions with devotees, even your simple daily habits was centered around only on Krishna. You had no other interest or ambition. You lived only for Krishna's pleasure. Use steadiness and determination, for example, for Mangalarti, even in old age, taught us what real dedication to Krishna looks like. This is the nature of Narayana Parayana, devotee, and it was clearly visible in every aspect of your life. Another line from the purport, such a devotee is not afraid of going anywhere. He simply wants to remember Krishna wherever he may be. We witness this fearlessness in many times. You are not afraid of any situation, comfortable or uncomfortable, high or low, because your only desire was to remember and serve Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes, when a devotee is put into hellish condition, he accepts them as mercy, Krishna's mercy. He does not protest. Guru Maharaj, this quality was natural for you. We never saw you frustrated, complaining, or discouraged. You accepted every situation with such grace and humility that it inspired everyone around you. Another line from Srila Prabhupada, a Mahatma is one who engages 24 hours daily in loving service of the Lord. This is exactly how we remember you. You lived Bhagavatam, you read Bhagavatam. Whether speaking or sitting silently, you are always absorbed in Krishna, and by that absorption, you taught us by your own example and not just by words. So actually, I'll show you this in this regard. I still remember when Maharaj was there in Abu Dhabi, and during actually when Maharaj was having prasadam, he used to like reading of Bhagavatam. I don't know, I never read Bhagavatam, and Maharaj and Swayam Prabhu told me because Pataji was alone, so you go there to Maharaj. And Maharaj started asking him to read. I was so much, first time I'm reading that book. I've never touched Bhagavatam at all. And then Maharaj is asking me to read. And he was so patiently listening to my mistakes. Even though it was just actually, I was Sanskrit forbidden about it. Even English translation in front of Maharaj, it was so, he was so afraid. So it was not coming, even the mouth was not coming out. And now I'm in front of Maharaj, I'm able to speak only because of his mercy. Because otherwise, I was not, as Prabhu told, I'm a singer. I was not a singer at all. I was just a bathroom singer to be frank. But it's really Maharaj's mercy that he has showered so much on us. Not only on us, actually the entire family of actually, he has given us so much support. And he is actually, to be reflecting, even I never interacted with my father so openly as I did with Maharaj. Maharaj was so lenient with me. I don't know what I had done, but he was so lenient. I have done so much of mistakes in front of him and not. So that too, but I just pray to Maharaj that keep me in your loving showering. Now presently in Bangalore, I'm very fortunate. I'm getting a lot of opportunity because of Maharaj mercy. They are giving me, they asking me to take classes, they are asking me to do kirtan. So Hare Krishna Maharaj, I thank you very much. And even though I don't deserve anything, but you are giving me ample opportunities to serve you. This video is Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj.
Jai. Thank you, Giri. The challenge when the spiritual master departs from the material world, and every spiritual master's concern is this: how will my disciples be engaged after I depart? If you have spoken to spiritual masters before they depart, and I've had the fortune to, besides Maharaj, others also, this was always their concern. How do we pray that the disciples will continue to be connected to the parampara, continue to be enthused, continue to be alive in Krishna consciousness? And really today, after so many years, we are really transcendently grateful to Maharaj that somehow or another, wherever we are, we all have services. By Maharaj mercy, we are connected. And by Maharaj mercy, somehow more and more services are coming. Many of us have discovered things that we never could do before, but we're somehow being engaged. And even if we are not engaged, our God brothers, God sisters, and the devotional community, they drag us in. And they make us somehow or another be engaged. So this is not just about our spiritual master. It's about all our spiritual masters in this life. We owe a duty, a debt of gratitude to help each other as our spiritual masters leave this world, to help each other, to keep each other engaged in devotional service. Because that's what they would want us to do, and that's what would really please them very much. So thank you for sharing that point, Prabhu, because I can see it. Abu Dhabi was always the crown jewel of all the yatras from Maharaj. So many devotees came, so many stalwart devotees are coming from there. But the beauty is, even though they left Abu Dhabi because of work, they had to come back to India, they always reinvented themselves, so to speak. They made themselves relevant. One of the last instructions that Maharaj gave me was, if you really want to please me, stay relevant to the society. Do something that is relevant to the society. Don't become a fossil. Don't become a dinosaur. And don't live in the past. Once upon a time I was serving Maharaj. Those were the days. Maharaj hated that. Maharaj said, don't give me sentiment. You work hard and be relevant. In that way, I, meaning Maharaj, I will be relevant. So this is our duty actually. Thank you very much. Govindam Prabhu, can I invite you also now to please come forward and make your offering? You're looking at me, I'm just asking you now. I know I didn't ask you, but I just got inspired because I should be asking you. Please come, Prabhu. Actually, do you all agree with me that reading Vyasa Puja puts us to sleep, but speaking Vyasa Puja makes us awake? Am I right? The moment they speak from their heart, it is so much more relishable. So speak from your heart. Don't have to look at the book if you don't want to. A few words to remember Maharaj will always enthuse us. I think we will be very enthused by that. Prabhu, don't sit there. Can you come on there, please? Thank you very much. Govindam Prabhu has continued to vigorously preach, be in touch with Rajkot. He is such a supporter. Vaishnav Prabhu, he is giving so much to Rajkot on a monthly basis, every month. So we really thank him here. Mataji is also here. Mataji, you're here. Jai. And Parikshit, where's Parikshit? Yes, Parikshit is also here. So Govindam Prabhu, 3 minutes, that's all I ask. Some remembrance of Maharaj. After that, you can faint. Please get up, Prabhu. Don't stay there. I'm worried now.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Mahavishnu Goswami Tinamani Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravachami
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आश्रय जय श्री प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री राधा श्री सभी गौर. Okay. First of all, as I should pay my gratitude to all my gods and god sisters in Abu Dhabi. From there, I learned so many things about Maharaj. So many they care us like our brothers, sisters, real brothers, sisters, more than that. So I'm very much thankful to the whole congregation and Swam Prabhu, Girivadai Prabhu, Rishikesh Prabhu, many names, like there are many names. So because of them, like we are, after leaving Abu Dhabi, we are surviving somehow. And yes, in fact, we are getting, after leaving Abu Dhabi, we are getting a lot of inspiration from His Grace Karchak Prabhuji and Vaishnav Prabhu, Devya. So, as Maharaj always used to, like in today's lecture also, there is gratitude was said. So, Maharaj, I remember whenever we like bow down to Maharaj, he will also say like, I remember Maharaj used to mumble like Namo Vishwadaya, Vaishnava Namo. So he will always see us as a Krishna's son and daughter. So Maharaj used to always like say sorry, thank you, please. All those words were very much when we talk with Maharaj. During his last days also, when even the liftman was there, and then he will always say thank you or sorry I bothered you. So all those things, like he's always taught us by his own example, like gratitude. We should, very important thing, gratitude towards our parents. So many of the occasions Maharaj has told us, maybe 3 or 4 times he has told us, you are married, so you have now 2 pairs of parents to serve, your parent-in-law and your parents. So please serve them nicely, hear them, serve them nicely. So also Maharaj has given many very practical things. Many of the occasions Maharaj has told that if you are not materially, or if you are not organized yourself, which I am not, and I'm try to do that. If you are not organized well, then you cannot be peaceful, and then you cannot concentrate on the understanding the verses, understanding the scriptures. Always there will be in back of your mind that okay, something is not proper and I need to settle. So Maharaj has always, what I heard from our senior brothers and sisters, when he took sannyas, his 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 plate was full actually. His family asked him why you are taking sannyas. You have nothing to like, nothing is lacking here. But Maharaj said, no, there is, I have some instruction from Srila Prabhupada, and there are many others with whom I need to share I need to distribute the love of Krishna. But the thing is, like, he settled everything. He had a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. He settled all his family members nicely. So, same way, Maharaj is also expecting us to do so. And yes, family members as well as our extended family members here who are sitting. So, whenever there is a need, what I felt here is like we all are each other, encouraging each other helping in times of in even bad times, you know. So that will please Maharaj. Yeah. What else? Like there are many qualities of Maharaj. Mm, yeah, fearlessness, like you know, in our offering, Parikshit's offering, it was written like how Maharaj was like during 2001 or 2002, there was an earthquake in Gujarat, and 26th of January, early morning, and we were supposed to do Rath Yatra. Maharaj was taking classes at the top floor of that wobbling Dwarka guest house, you know. So then devotees came to know that okay, there is a earthquake, and devotees came up and let's go down. Maharaj said, no, sit here. We'll do a Bhagavatam study. If there is no guarantee we will be survived at downstairs also, or we will be survived upwards. So he has a firm faith in Krishna. Like, he was always, you know, able to. He was always like whatever accept the Krishna's plan. You know, whatever comes, accept the Krishna's plan. So like that. That's all. I'm sorry I took some more time, and then it was not organized my speech. But whatever I felt in my heart about Maharaj, I try to glorify. Kindly pray for us that we remain in His service. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki. I'd like to invite from Rajkot, Prasanna Prabhu. Please come forward. Prasanna Prabhu needs no introduction. He's the best translator in all the three worlds. He's an amazing kirtaniya. He's so sadhu in his disposition, and he has been with Maharaj since he was a young boy. I remember him at Krishna Parayan Prabhu. They would both come together from school, and they were with Maharaj for so many years. So they were one of the original batches of devotees to actually come from Rajkot and surrender to Maharaj. Prasanna Prabhu, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Mahavishnu Goswami Namine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Deenataranam. हरे कृष्णा। तो मैं महाराज को अर्पण एक श्लोक के द्वारा अर्पण करना चाहता हूँ। श्लोक संख्या है तीसरा स्कंद 9वां अध्याय और श्लोक संख्या 38 3938। भगवान इसमें कहते हैं ब्रह्मा जी को, यच्च कर्थांगमत् स्तोत्रम मत्कथाभ्युदयांकितम यद्वा तपसिते निष्ठा स एष मदनुग्रहः। भगवान ब्रह्मा जी को कहते हैं कि हे ब्रह्मा, तुमने जो प्रार्थनाएं गाई हैं मेरी स्तुति करने के लिए, मेरे गुणगान करने के लिए, जो भी तपस्या की है तुम्हें मुझे समझने के लिए, और जो भी निष्ठा और श्रद्धा तुमने मेरे अंदर प्राप्त की है, वो सब कुछ तुमने मेरी अकारण कृपा के कारण प्राप्त किया है, ये भगवान बता रहे हैं। और प्रभुपाद जी तात्पर्य में बहुत सुंदर बताते हैं कि when a living entity desires to serve the Lord in transcendental loving service, the Lord helps the devotee in so many ways as the Chaitya Guru or the spiritual master within, and thus the devotee can perform many wonderful activities beyond material estimation. जो भी भक्तों ने अपना अपना ऑफरिंग अर्पण किया, सब में ये मिनियापोलिस से प्रभु जी मनोहर कृष्ण प्रभु ने जो अर्पण किया, काफी सारे भक्तों ने कहा कि, और देविन प्रभु जी ने कहा कि अबू धाबी से जो भक्त अपने अपने अलग अलग स्थान पर चले गए, लेकिन जहां बसे वहां एक और उन्होंने वट वृक्ष पैदा कर दिया है ना। तो ये सब किसकी वजह से हुआ, ये इस श्लोक में बताया गया कि हमारी सबकी मूल जो शक्ति है और हमारे ऊपर जिनके मूल जो अकारण कृपा है वो महाराज जी की पूरी कृपा है, उनको ही पूरा श्रेय जाता है। हम तो सभी उनके हाथ के एक प्यादे हैं, हम कुछ भी नहीं है। तो हम इधर भी राजकोट में भी जो भी महसूस करते हैं वैष्णव साहब प्रभु, हर साल आप भी आते हैं, सबको आपको पता होता है हर साल कुछ नया नया होता ही रहता है। लेकिन ये जितने भी नए नए आविष्कार हैं, ये सभी आविष्कार परम पूज्य महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज की अकारण कृपा, और उनके यहाँ बैठ गए हैं वो कैसे भी करके आकर के। उनको पता है कि ये बच्चे संभाल नहीं पाएंगे, इसलिए मेरा आधार इनको जरूरी है, इसलिए आकर के सामने से आकर के इधर बैठ गए। और हम सही में विष्णु साहब को कितनी बार बोलते हैं कि हमको फील होता है, हमें कुछ भी प्रोजेक्ट आता है, जैसे कि ये गोविंदा रेस्टोरेंट का जो प्रोजेक्ट अभी आया है, तो उसमें हम किसी को कोई अनुभव नहीं है, ना ही हमको उसका कोई मैनेजमेंट आता है, कैसे रेस्टोरेंट चलाना, क्या किया जाए। लेकिन इसके लिए भी महाराज ने एडवांस में व्यवस्था कर रखी है, वो आगे में वैष्णव साहब प्रभु से हम सुनेंगे, मैं खाली शॉर्ट में बता रहा हूँ। और आगे प्रभुपाद जी बहुत सुंदर लिखते हैं तात्पर्य में कि by the mercy of the Lord even a layman can compose prayers of the highest spiritual perfection। कि भगवान की कृपा से या हमारे लिए अभी गुरु की कृपा से लेमैन, एक साधारण मनुष्य या तुच्छ मानवी भी, तुच्छ इंसान भी बहुत ऊंची चढ़ी और बहुत बड़ी स्तुति का निर्माण कर सकता है। तो और द हाई स्पिरिचुअल परफेक्शन, आध्यात्मिक सिद्धि की वो स्तुतियां गा सकता है। सच स्पिरिचुअल परफेक्शन इज नॉट लिमिटेड बाय मटेरियल क्वालिफिकेशंस। ये जो आध्यात्मिक सिद्धि है ये कोई भी भौतिक गुणवत्ताओं के ऊपर आधारित या मर्यादित नहीं है, बट इज डेवलप्ड बाय dint of one's sincere endeavor to render transcendental service। किंतु ये किसके ऊपर आधारित है कि व्यक्ति के खुद के प्रामाणिक और गंभीर प्रयास करने के कारण, प्रयास करने के ऊपर, भगवान की दिव्य सेवा करने के लिए या गुरु की दिव्य सेवा करने के लिए व्यक्ति को उसके अंदर जो निष्ठा पूर्वक का जो प्रयास करने की इच्छा है वही एकमात्र गुणवत्ता है। वॉलंटरी एंडेवर इज द ओनली क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर स्पिरिचुअल परफेक्शन। स्वैच्छिक हमारा प्रयास भगवान को प्राप्त करने के लिए, आध्यात्मिक उन्नति के लिए, यही एकमात्र गुणवत्ता है। मटेरियल एक्विजिशंस ऑफ वेल्थ और एजुकेशन आर नॉट कंसिडर्ड। भौतिक गुणवत्ता चाहे धन संपदा की हो या शिक्षण की हो, इस ये कोई मायने नहीं रखती है। और हम देख सकते हैं कितने सारे भक्त वैष्णव साहब उनके जीवन में भी मैं देख रहा हूँ कि उन्होंने इच्छा की द्वारका का गेस्ट हाउस अच्छे से करना है, तो उसके लिए भी सब कुछ अरेंज हो गया। अभी द्वारका के लिए भक्त भी अरेंज हो गए, कृष्णदास प्रभु, पहले अनिकेतन प्रभु, फिर कृष्णदास प्रभु, ये अंतर्यामी प्रभु, अलग अलग प्रभु, अलग अलग भक्त भी। हम किसी को बुला के लेके नहीं आए, प्रभु जी ने किसी को बुला के एडवर्टाइज नहीं किया कि भाई हमें भक्त की आवश्यकता है, कृपा करके आप आइए, यहाँ ये वैकेंसी खाली है। अपने आप जो भी कुछ आगे प्रोजेक्ट आने वाला है उसके लिए पहले से ही कोई भक्त आ जाता है और वो अच्छी तरह ट्रेन भी हो जाते हैं। अभी ये यंग लड़के हैं, ये भी कितने सभी ट्रेन हो जाते हैं। तो ये सभी और सबकी महाराज के ऊपर देखिए, सबकी श्रद्धा है, पक्की श्रद्धा है और सब फील करते हैं, हमारे कहने के कारण नहीं, लेकिन वो खुद अनुभव करते हैं कि महाराज यहाँ रूबरू हाजिर हैं, उपस्थित हैं और आदान प्रदान करते हैं। सबकी प्रार्थनाओं की जो भी वांछाएं हैं, जो भी वो प्रश्न रखते हैं महाराज के सामने, वो उनको उत्तर भी प्राप्त होते हैं। तो यही मैं महाराज को अर्पण करना चाहता हूँ कि आप इसी प्रकार हम तो योग्य नहीं है, लेकिन आपने हमें थामा है तो आप हमें कभी छोड़िएगा नहीं। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Prahlad Prabhu. We are winding down our time together, at least for the morning session. I would like to invite now two devotees who actually never really met Maharaj, but they have been very inspired by Maharaj and they have been serving in Rajkot for quite a few years in a variety of capacities. First, I'd like to ask His Grace Venkatesh Prabhu. Venkatesh Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and he's been in Rajkot for many years. And I know at that time he was aspiring for Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, and we were very happy when he got initiated. He's worked so well with us as a family member. So we want to take this opportunity for him to request him to come forward and say a few words in glorification of Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhu. Just 3 minutes. I won't bother you too much.
Mahavishnu Krishna Prasthai Putri Srimad Mahavishnu Goswami. Before giving an opportunity to stand and speak few words, Vaishnava Seva Prabhuji has given me instructions not to cry. Kindly forgive me, Prabhuji. When I stepped into Rajkot in the year 2022, Vaishnava Seva Prabhuji told me, "You cannot see Maharaj, I can see. You cannot hear Maharaj, I can hear. Before going to Radha Neelmadhavji, please go and pray to Maharaj. I'm a human structured demon filled with all demonic qualities of anger, envy, ego, lust, pride, illusion, ignorance, arrogance, negative thinking, fault-finding attitudes. Despite of my association with ISKCON for last 24 years, I'm still in the phase of purification. So I was aspiring to take initiation from His Holiness Radha Maharaj from the year 2010. But my real purification started only after stepping into ISKCON and rendering very, very few menial devotional services in my own capacity. So I was asked to not to speak anything about devotees or only glorify Maharaj, but Krishna feels more happy glorifying his devotees. And I also believe that Maharaj also feels more happy in glorifying his devotees, but I respect my senior Vaishnava's instructions. So last year, Vyasa Puja, I was eagerly praying to Krishna. I want to offer few of my gratitude. Please give me an opportunity. But at that time, my maturity level is very less. Even now, it is very less. But since like our senior Godbrother told the ginger tea example, Maharaj knows without our expressing our wish. So, with great blessings, Vaishnava Seva Prabhuji and Devakarina Prabhuji has given me an opportunity to speak. Initially, I used to compare myself with Vritasura, Bakasura, Akasura, Narkasura, and all. And Vaishnava Seva Prabhuji chastised, why you are comparing yourself with such a great exalted Vaishnavas. Because even while sleep, eating, sleeping, dreaming, bathing, they keep thinking of Vishnu or Krishna. So Maharaj quote that, bury your head in Bhagavatam, always bury your head in Bhagavatam. Today I am alive because of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Today I am standing before you all, it is because of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Maharaj told, I always address the opinions from Devakinanda Prabhuji and Vaishnava Prabhuji Maharaj. They only told one thing. Eat Bhagavatam, live Bhagavatam, die in Bhagavatam. Today when I say to take darshan of Maharaj Sapan Bhog, I got only one realization. If we want to have to live or live, L-I-V-E and L-E-A-V-E, it should be like His Divine Grace, Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. Because I don't know from how many countries devotees have come this time. Last time people have come from Netherlands, New Zealand, America, Australia, Canada. And despite of his living this material world, these many hundreds of devotees coming and glorifying him and sticking to his values and guidance. I'm still in the phase 1 of purification. Only the process has started, like Vaishnava Seva Prabhuji infinite times tells, initiation means always started, it is initiated. So I don't want to take much time. Today we are alive physically, psychologically, financially. Many things God has given me so many times rebirth. and we are surviving just because of the Vaishnavas. My humble gratitude and sincere obeisances, Prabhuji and Mataji, for everyone. I humbly beg at your holy feet to kindly keep us in your daily prayers and blessings and to finally glorify Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Half a minute, okay.
Half minute, 30 seconds. Sitting in AC car, sitting 8 hours in AC and coming back, we cannot do our duty properly. People associated with Maharaj who can conquer this continent, not this country or Rajkot. They are doing multiple sevas. I humbly beg to bless us that I too get that strength, mood, and inspiration to serve our Maharaj. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Mahavishnu Maharaj ki. Thank you, Prabhu. And you're such an invaluable member of the Rajkot congregation also. I'd like to call Bhakta Kishan Prabhu. Please come forward, Prabhu. Kishan Prabhu is always recognizable in our Rajkot temple because daily, every day, without fail, he will come and he will perform the service of cleaning Maharaj's Samadhi area. He also is an expert at taking care lovingly of Tulsi Maharani. And without fail, every day, I receive a short note of all the services that he's doing in Rajkot, the verses that he's reading, what he's chanting, and even his realizations. He's a very successful businessman in his own field. And despite being very, engaged with so many other occupations, he remains a very, very fundamental member of the Rajkot community. He's also handling our ISKCON Youth Forum in Rajkot, which is growing and which has a lot of potential. So I'd like to call Kishan Prabhu. Prabhu, you have 3 minutes and you concentrate on Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So, मैं यहाँ पर कुछ भी बोल सकूं ऐसा मेरा क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं है, लेकिन प्रभु जी ने कहा है तो मैं कुछ आपको आज शेयर करने की कोशिश करूंगा। वैसे तो यहाँ पर इस मंदिर महाराज का जो आइडियोलॉजी है, उनसे जुड़ने से पहले मैं प्रभुपाद जी को काफी रीड करता था, लेकिन मैं उस स्टेज पे बिल्कुल नहीं पहुंच पा रहा था जो प्रभुपाद जी जो कहना एग्जैक्टली हमको चाह रहे हैं वो समझ नहीं पा रहा था। लेकिन जब यहाँ के भक्तों से एसोसिएशन करा और खास करके वैष्णव प्रभु जी का हमको मार्गदर्शन मिला प्रैक्टिकल, उससे धीरे धीरे हमारी समझ इंप्रूव। तो आज हमने काफी चर्चा की कि हर वक्त हम टेंपल में आते हैं तो नया इन्वेंशन हम देखते हैं, राइट, कि नया चीजें बिल्डअप हुआ। वैसे यहाँ पर आप आगे देखेंगे तो महाराज के एंट्री आपको थोड़ा रिवाइज लगा एंट्री। सो ये जो बिल्डअप किया है ये धवल प्रभु जी करते हैं, राइट, और उनके साथ पूरा टीम है। तो उन्होंने राइट बहुत शॉर्ट टाइम में 12 बजे तक स्टे करके ये सारा कंप्लीट किया अंडर द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द वैष्णव ग्रुप। तो उनका राइट पॉलिटिकल कांटेक्ट भी अच्छा था, तो उन्होंने नेक्स्ट डे मुझे आके बोला कि मेरे पास कुछ पॉलिटिकल कांटेक्ट भी अच्छे हैं, जो कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जहां पर पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट हमको चाहिए मंदिर के लिए, राइट। तो मैंने वैष्णव प्रभु जी को जाके कहा कि कुछ ऐसे एरियाज है जहां पर हमको पॉलिटिकल कुछ सपोर्ट मिल जाए तो मंदिर का काम आगे अच्छा बढ़ सके। लेकिन वैष्णव प्रभु जी ने मुझे तुरंत ही रोका कि नहीं, हम उनसे पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट नहीं लेंगे अभी। मैंने कहा प्रभु जी ने समझ ही नहीं पाए, हम उनसे सपोर्ट क्यों नहीं लेंगे? तो उन्होंने कहा कि अभी उनको आए भक्ति में 10 दिन भी नहीं हुए, वो 2-3 माला कर रहे, थोड़ा रीडिंग कर रहे, पहले उनको भक्त तो बनने दो। फिर मैंने कहा कि ओके प्रभु जी, मैं समझ गया, उनको भक्त तो बनने दो, फिर सर्विस लेंगे, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली यहाँ पर उनको बेनिफिट तो मिल रहा है। तो उन्होंने कहा कि यहाँ पर अगर हम अपना स्वार्थ देखेंगे तो नुकसान क्या होगा, उनको ऐसा लगेगा कि ये मैंने किया, और अगर उनको ऐसा लगेगा मैंने किया तो हम यहाँ पर क्या किसके लिए बैठे? मंदिर कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए नहीं, हम उनको भक्ति देने के लिए बैठे। दैट इज आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव। हम चाहते तो बहुत कुछ ग्रो कर सकते, लेकिन जिस प्यूरिटी जो महाराज का रीत है, वैष्णव जी डेली हमको बताते हैं कि आप जो कर रहे हो महाराज के रीत के अनुसार बिल्कुल नहीं, राइट? ये डेली हम सुनते हैं, लेकिन धीरे धीरे हम प्रार्थना करते हैं महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज से कि हम उस लेवल पे पहुंच पाए कि जहां पर हम महाराज की रीत पूरी तरीके से फॉलो कर पाए। ये हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव है। तो आज जो मैं नोट्स बनाया हूं, इसमें 80% ऑफ द कंटेंट वैष्णव प्रभु जी का भागवतम क्लास का है। All the content which I have written over here is the notes which I have learned and still learning from the classes of the Vaishnava Prabhu ji. तो only एक दो पॉइंट में बस बताना चाहूंगा उसमें। नाम में रुचि और भक्ति में रुचि का मतलब क्या है? टेस्ट इन चैंटिंग, ये हर किसी का ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है कि नाम में भक्ति में हमारा रुचि बढ़ पाए। ठीक है, तो मैं रुचि का मतलब क्या समझ रहा था कि चैंटिंग करते करते मजा आए, आनंद आए, वो रुचि, ये मेरा समझ था अब तक। लेकिन from the classes of the Vaishnava Prabhuji, I got to know name ruchi means what I am doing for Guru Maharaj. What I am doing for the Guru Maharaj, if that thought process is constantly there in your mind, that is actually taste in chanting. That is actually right. So finally, I would like to conclude my speech over here. Sorry if my speech was boring. Right, but thank you very much, Prabhuji. Keep guiding us, right? Or we will try to improve. We have done many mistakes. Sorry for it. We are so sorry to Maharaj, right? But we will try to improve. Right? Please pray for us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I'd like to invite His Grace Kalcha Prabhu to please say a few words in glorification of Maharaj. Kalcha Prabhu is no stranger to us. He has bound us all together in Maharaj's family in this wonderful network of Gurudev Amritavani, Grantharaj, and all these wonderful publications and media gatherings so that we can all advance and we can all be connected to Maharaj eternally, actually. Because in this way, not only will disciples of Maharaj be connected to Maharaj, but every day, so many others who are very, very touched by Maharaj's practical Bhagavatam realizations, they also become connected to Maharaj this way. So we want to thank Kalchakra Prabhu for their tireless effort, and today we look forward to hearing from him in his Vyasa Puja offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Mahavishnu Goswami Namne. Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namaste Saraswati Bhagavani Charane. Visheshwani Bhakti Paschat Dayatani. Actually, I was not really prepared. I thought you were saying you were going to wind down. I was not really so prepared. But whatever Maharaj inspires, I would like to speak. Once again, amazing day. We look forward to December. In Chennai, December is the most dreaded month because all the flood comes in that month. So Maharaj has actually protected us from Chennai floods by inviting us here. So I request all the devotees who are having any problems, natural calamity problems and all that, please come and land here. So many things actually. Today in the class, Maharaj made a very, very powerful statement in Hindi. Because the English translation was done, I just wanted to read that for my own reminder again. Maharaj talks about the quality of a devotee, which is very, very subtle, but very important. He said the words of the devotees are like the teeth of the elephant. The teeth of the elephant would not be hidden. It is clearly visible. The devotees' words are also very clear. We can trust their words. But non-devotees' words are like that of head of tortoise. That head comes out sometime and goes in sometimes. He sometimes says yes, sometimes says no. And we cannot understand whether he's saying yes or no. So, and then Maharaj goes further about the same point little later. Whatever good or bad it is, we will be satisfied. Santushtya ena kenava. In any situation, they remain satisfied. And when one is satisfied in any condition of life, then his mind and speech does not change. It never changes. So Maharaj is telling the quality of the devotee. And I just got reminded of a beautiful, simple verse about definition of Mahatma that Maharaj always used to say. Manasyekam, vajasyekam, karmanyekam, mahatmanaha, manasyanyat, vachasyanyat, karmanyanyat, duratmanaha. Very, very simple definition of when what we are thinking, that's the same thing that we speak, and what we speak, that's the same thing we do. ये महात्मा बन जाते हैं. तो अगर हम बोलते कुछ और करते कुछ और सोचते कुछ और, then we are duratmas, and that really fits into this particular thing. And Maharaj says the quality which will make us Mahatma is satisfied. So santushte ena kenava. So if you are satisfied with whatever we have, and Maharaj showed us by practice how satisfied he was. Actually, before coming here, my tour, wherever Maharaj is, it's happy to be. Maharaj is a very good soccer player. So if you are in the like a football in the the foot of a soccer player, wherever he kicks, it will be blessed. So Maharaj told me in Bhaktivedanta hospital that you should keep moving around. Only then he'll pay you. And I thought at the time, okay, paying means Maharaj will give his mercy only if I keep moving around. So wherever there's opportunity that comes, I just go there. And frankly speaking, Maharaj just really started paying in terms of the money also, Lakshmi also. So I mean to say, Maharaj is so kind and compassionate that when he gives us the instruction, if you have little desire to follow that instruction, then he gives us the capacity also, and he arranges everything on his own. And that I could tangibly experience it. And in my travel, I just wanted to share this because evening I will not have the time to speak this. I came to Nashik on my way back from Vrindavan and Delhi. So I spent a few days with Maharaj's youngest brother, Mathura Prabhu. Right now he's in Pandharpur. He was feeling very bad not being able to come here. So I had a good chance to spend some time with him and hear many of those, Maharaj qualities and pastimes and those days which we are not exposed to. And he shared quite a few things. One or two things only I will share, not take much time. He said, Maharaj in his young days, I asked Prabhuji that I wanted to cook something for him or do some service because it felt 16 years after Maharaj departure, I went there and I had the most fortunate blessing of Maharaj from 2006 to 9. I very frequently used to go to Nashik to be with Maharaj. Whenever Maharaj has to take some recuperate his health issues, you go from Rajkot to Nashik. And I've gone there many times, and Maharaj used to take me around to all his childhood places, and quite a few people, devotees had done that. So I wanted to also have a word with Mathura Prabhu and get a few peek into his life. So Prabhu said, I asked Maharaj, I asked Prabhu that how are you all, do you all relate to Maharaj? He says, we have 465 family members even now in our family, in our entire family. And all of them were trained to be Maharaj, and all of them will listen to Maharaj. Yeah? I asked Prabhu that how was it about this obedience? Because Maharaj at that time was, just a brother. Then he was very emphatically saying, there is no question of obedience. You are always listening. By default, he says, we will listen. There is no question of obeying. We didn't even know what is obedience means. We just listen. And all the 10 brothers and sisters, 5 brothers and 5 sisters, and Maharaj one of the eldest. So he said, I asked him, Prabhuji, what is the diet? Can I arrange something for you? Because he is now living around 82 years old. And his Mataji passed away exactly same day 2 years ago. And she was the best cook in all 3 worlds, he said. And he said, and she is the sister of Maharaj's wife again. So he was telling that, I don't have any diet issues. I can eat anything. So I asked, then he immediately said, Maharaj used to tell in his other days that Jo pasand hai kha lo. Jo pasand hai mujhe whatever I want you give, whatever you eat. After, while you are alive, you should eat. After you die, offering to the picture, how will you take it? Okay, now you are offering. I was just thinking of that thing for a moment, and I saw, we are offering so much boga to Maharaj here. And when Maharaj said that, he said in a vein that you should not have any unnecessary this diet, that diet, etc. You should have whatever is. It's not that you take the regulative principles. It's not the meaning. Because Maharaj is always a Sattvic Vaishnava, Bahul, he was taking. He was telling whatever is
pretty your diet. So I was thinking how much Maharaj is taking now our offerings, and we are lovingly making the offerings. And how Maharaj is, well, Maharaj made that statement, he meant something that lead a subject life like that. But then when we are offering this to Maharaj, I was immediately thinking, in Vas Puja, Durga, we are offering all these things to Maharaj. Maharaj definitely takes them. Otherwise, why we are offering them? That is the purity level of Maharaj that this was something which he told. And one other very interesting thing that he said was very, very moving, and it really sent my thought process going. So Maharaj was going in a train along with his wife, Mataji. It was a way back, like maybe it was like 30 years or early days. And Madhura Prabhu was also there and all that. They were going in a family. On the opposite side, there are other people were there. Some other people were there. And when they are sitting opposite, they'll look here and there, right? So when one of the person sitting opposite, he turned his face towards Maharaj's wife, that is Mataji. Immediately Maharaj got hold of his face like this and turned it like this and said, I am here. Maharaj used to say that, about his Dada Mandal. And he said, if that living entity comes and takes birth now in your thing, you will go and jump into the Samudra, tying stone around his neck that his dead body doesn't come up alive. So that's how he used to be treating his father, grandfather, and all. And I was just trying to visualize what Maharaj would do now. Just last 20 years. Everywhere our face is all turning everywhere and all that. Maharaj would have actually taken the head out of our body if he sees this. So it is a very deep thing about how Maharaj was in his whole brought up is like that, And so this thing, and I also had last month, I also had a chance to meet Maharaj's youngest sister. Youngest sister is she's the youngest one next to Mathura Prabhu. She was they were all repeating the same shloka Maharaj taught us. Anayasena Maranam Vinadanya Jivanam. 4 times she repeated in my discussion with her. And she told her father Maharaj's father was also like that. Maharaj's father was telling that how one should die is like, if suppose you are standing in the balcony and somebody is coming on the road, you should say, Kaka, kaise ho? And then you will go by a thing. Comes back 5 minutes, he comes back, the person should not be there. अरे अभी 5 मिनट पहले मैं उनको देखा कहाँ हो? This is how your death should be. And exactly the same way he passed away, Maharaj's father passed away. So both of them, they related the same incident. So then she said something very, very interesting. And she said, "Hamare ghar mein sada prasanna vatavaran tha." She said that. It's the exact same word she used. Prasanna vatavaran. And I was trying to think through this word again and again. That if that is there, Maharaj always used to say, my grasta life was like heaven. And I could get a peek of that. And not only about his grasta, like the whole family. The Prasanna Vatavaran is something where we always have Krishna, present in the center. So, a lot of things I consolidated from the little endeavor. But I just felt very guilty of having going there after 16 years. It's such a foolish thing. We should have started off immediately, and so many more things should have gathered. But anyway, I wanted to do something else, but time is of the limit. I wanted to read Nrisimhadeva offering. Is it okay to do? Is it okay to do? Can you do? I first folded the book like this, and I just immediately remembered Maharaj tested me once. Never fold the book like this. So read like this. He said, you should know how to turn the page and how to read the books. Reading Mataji's offering. It is very hard or impossible to register and communicate even a fraction of the mercy you showered on us and everyone who came to you. Partly because of your selfless 24/7 accessibility to one and all, and partly because of the nature of your care, which was much like Mother Earth or parents, unassuming, not seeking attention to yourself, and then naturally as part of meeting us, interacting with us, seeing us off, being aware of our current and future states, and being concerned for us, even if not around you,
and orchestrating our protection, correction, and continued march towards Krishna, mostly unknown to us. Thus, you remain hidden, often overlooked and taken for granted, despite your such an elevated, precious status with Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes we hear some Western disciples of Prabhupada refer to you as a family guru or similar. It is so hurtful. If only one could see how keeping us stable in our Varna ashram, you gave us everything for a clear path forward to Krishna in the most peaceful, natural way. Maharaj, while we were under your Vapu association, I was like a young and foolish, full of conviction and trust in you, but too absorbed too much in my own self. Thanks to you and your tolerance and affection like a parent, everything was light, casual, carefree, basking in your love, care, joyfulness, and your unseen protection. Yet you very quietly, tolerantly kept building the hook of Krishna consciousness and your selfless love in me. After you left physically, you and your instructions have been my only lifeline. Suddenly having to grow up and face the Dukkalayam Shaswadam experiences, gradually I see how, by both your practical instructions and your building trust in me with your selfless but ever-wise presence, you can be my anchor in these times. It was like Guru Maharaj says to Maitra Rishi in Bhagavatam 3.7.17, Yascha Mudatamo Loke, Yascha Buddhe Paramgataha, Tavu Bhausukam Edhete, Krishyatantarido Janaka. Both the lowest of fools and he who is transcendental to all intelligence enjoy happiness, whereas persons between them suffer the material pangs. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, a hog's life is degraded in its standard of happiness, which entails living in a filthy place, engaging in sex enjoyment at every opportune moment, and laboring hard in the struggle for existence. But this is unknown to the hog. Similarly, human beings who are unaware of the miseries of material existence and are happy in sex life and hard labor are the lowest of fools. Yet because they have no sense of misery, they supposedly enjoy so-called happiness. The other class of men, those who are liberated and are situated in the transcendental position of intelligence, are really happy and are called Paramahamsas. But persons who are neither like hogs and dogs nor on the level of the Paramahamsas feel the material pangs, and for them, inquiry about the supreme truth is necessary. The middle space that feels the material pangs is where most of us, and surely I belong. I have demoniac characteristics, but some stroke of good fortune is connecting me to the possibility of moving towards a divine characteristics through Srila Prabhupada and you. You all along have been the courage, the support, the guidance to step me through everything, and yet my gratitude or desire to sacrifice and serve you are still at the best sentimental. It's easy to take you and your compassion and run with it without realizing what's happening, what sacrifices, tolerance, compassion, care, and love you are extending. Take, no giving, and yes, and as yet no repentance. This is my great misfortune. Further, as life's noose tightens on me, it's hard to be so alone and so much in ignorance. Please take pity on me and raise your hands to pick me up from this blinding misery. Mahatma Vidura further says in Bhagavatam 3.5.2, Vidura said, "Oh great sage, everyone in this world engages in fruitive activities to attain happiness, but one finds neither satiation nor the mitigation of distress. On the contrary, one is only aggravated by such activities. Please, therefore, give us directions on how one should live for real happiness. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. I need you badly, just like Gajendra." Bhagavatam 8:33. Yah kashchanesho balinontakoragat prachanda vegat abhidhavato vrisham Itam prapanno paripati adbhayan pratyo pradhavatyaranam tamimahi. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly not known to everyone, but is very powerful and influential. Therefore, although the serpent of eternal time, which is fearful in force, endlessly chases everyone, ready to swallow him, if one who fears the serpent seeks shelter of the Lord gives him protection. For even death runs away in fear of the Lord. I therefore surrender to him, the great and powerful Supreme Authority, who is the actual shelter of everyone. Because you are firmly situated in this, despite a lifetime of demandingly miserable and challenging circumstance situation, you remain jolly, easy to bring love and nourishment to others and selfless, working to serve Srila Prabhupada, never seeking your own interest or glories. Thus you, Venerable Vaishnava, know the signs well. Just like you saved me from myself so many times, I know you are doing this still, yet I feel very miserable and unable to go on. Kindly give me the experience of a shelter, protection, and direction so I can go on.
Otherwise, I feel I have nowhere to turn, neither material peace nor spiritual growth. My dear Maharaj, I beg you like Gajendra, will kindly ease me and take me in your shelter. Perhaps several times Hare Krishna. Jai Jnaneshwar Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj Gurudev ki.
Thank you, Kalchakra Prabhu. Thank you for making the offering for Anasuya Mataji also. We will now conclude the session today with Vaishnava Prabhu sharing some of his experiences and his offering to Maharaj. In a few minutes now, we will be ready now to go over to Maharaj's altar, Samadhi, and over there we will do Pushpanjali. So please be ready for that. And then we will have the final Arati. And after Arati, we invite everyone for a wonderful feast in remembrance of Maharaj. In the evening, we come back, and this will be a more informal session. We want to invite everyone to be able to speak something on Maharaj that they encountered or they remembered. Vaishnava Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna. Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj की तो मैं श्रीमद् भागवतम का श्लोक है 3.25-20 बहुत सुंदर श्लोक है प्रसंगम अजरम आशम आत्मना कवयो विदुः स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्ष द्वारम अपावृतम. Translation. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized duties, opens a door of liberation. तो एक्चुअली मेरा तीसरा काम वो यही है कि मुझे पता नहीं फिलोसॉफिकल हम कितना एक्सपर्ट होना चाहिए, सेवा में कितना एक्सपर्ट होना, लेकिन हम थोड़े बहुत प्रमाण में और ज्यादा प्रमाण में तो इवन 1% भी अगर हम महाविष्णु महाराज के संतों से हम अटैचमेंट करेंगे अथवा इवन अगर आर्टिफिशियल भी अटैचमेंट करेंगे तो भी उनकी क्षमता है महाविष्णु महाराज जी की कि वो आपको पढ़ के बैठते हैं. मेरा और बहुत सारे भक्तों का अनुभव है. तो यही आप ये बात कर रहे हैं कि मरने के बाद हमको क्या प्राप्त होता है पता नहीं है, लेकिन अगर हम लोग महाविष्णु महाराज के चरण में रहेंगे तो हम अनुभव कर सकते हैं कि यही जन्म में हम सब जगह पे गोलक वृंदावन का अनुभव कर रहे हैं कि नहीं. भाई है ना. यस. और ये एक अनुभव का एक जगह पे नहीं है. सिंगापुर से यात्रा शुरू हो गई, अबू धाबी, इवन लंदन, न्यूजीलैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, राजकोट और राजकोट का एक्सपांशन देख सकते हैं कि मैं भी बिलीव नहीं कर रहा हूँ जिस पेस से जैसे नरेंद्र मोदी क्या रहा है बॉम्बे में क्या बना रहा है बुलेट ट्रेन. वो बुलेट ट्रेन के पहले हमारा स्पीड इतना दौड़ रहा है उनके आगे भी. इतने स्पीड से इसका विस्तार हो रहा है. हम कुछ सोच रहे 2-3 चीजें उसके पहले महाराज 10 चीज हमारे सामने रख रहे. जैसे प्रश्नात्मा आपको बता रहे जैसे आपके सामने देख रहे हैं कि कितने स्पीड से अभी आपको तो मैं पिछले 6-7 महीने से 8 महीने से मैं सोमनाथ जा भी नहीं पाया हूँ. वहाँ पे जो वक्त बैठे हैं न सब नए. हमारा मनोज प्रभु कहाँ पे? मनोज प्रभु वो सेवा में मनोज प्रभु है. वो सब कुछ चीजों में एक्सपर्ट बन गए. वो पुजारी भी है, कुकिंग भी कर रहे हैं और वो प्रचार भी कर रहे हैं भागवतम. और साथ साथ में हमारा वहाँ पे अभी नया गेस्ट हाउस बन गया. गेस्ट हाउस भी किसी ने हमको दान दिया भाई राम भाई ने. उनका 7 रूम का बंगला 40 साल पुरानी हवेली थी, भूत जैसा था. वो हमको उन्हें दान में दे दिया. अभी जा रहे हैं आप लोग. देवकी ने प्रभु उधर रुकने वाले हैं, राधिका माता जी सभी आप लोग नहीं रुकने वाले. आप लोग को सबको रिक्वेस्ट बता रहा हूँ मैं, आप जाइए दर्शन कीजिए. सुंदर वो बदल गया. अब मैं गया ही नहीं वहाँ पे. हमको हम बीच में रखना ही नहीं है. मैं जैसे प्रश्न बता रहे हम सोचने के खाली सोचना है. इसके पहले महाराज सब कुछ लाल जहां आपको डाल देते हैं. आपको खाली मन में सोचना है और थोड़ा प्रामाणिक रहना है और प्रयत्न रेडी है वहां पे. और अगर आपको पता नहीं, मैं अनाउंसमेंट करना चाहता हूँ कि ऑलरेडी हमने खंबाले में जो छोटी जगह ली है, क्योंकि आपको खंबाले जाना होता नहीं है. यहाँ से द्वारका जाएंगे, आप पोरबंदर जा सकते हैं. खंबाले छोटा टाउन है, लेकिन नेक्स्ट टाइम प्रयत्न करेंगे. बीच में खंबाले में ऑलरेडी हमने छोटा मंदिर का काम चालू कर दिया, शुरू हो गया. स्टार्टेड वर्क इन खंबाले ऑलरेडी चालू किया. अब आप भी खाली कॉलिंग कर रहा हूँ और देखिए उसमें आपको फ्रैंकली बता रहा हूँ वहां पे एक भी महाविष्णु गोस्वामी शिष्य नहीं है, लेकिन वो लोग सभी महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज के अटैच है. सभी लोग और खाली आज्ञा का पालन कर रहे और आपके काम भी चालू हो गए हैं। दूसरी बात बता, हमारे साथ जितने लड़के बैठे कुछ बहुत सारे लड़के हैं, जैसे अर्जुन हाथ ऊपर का खाली अर्जुन है, लक्ष्मण की लक्ष्मण वहां पे थापा है, ये सब है लड़के। आपको अर्जुन की विशेषता बताता हूँ। अर्जुन यहाँ पे एक्सपर्ट सैंडविच मेकर है, सैंडविच में एक्सपर्ट है। अब ये शाम पे सब बदल जाएगा, यहाँ पर ये सब बदल जाएगा, आपको देखने में सब कुछ नया आ जाएगा। हमारा दिन में भी सब बदल देते हैं। अब यहाँ पे शाम को देखना है, सब बदल जाएगा। यहाँ पे आपको देख के कीर्तन करके नीचे आएंगे, आपको पानी पूरी सब कुछ मिल जाएगा, समोसा सब कुछ मिल जाएगा। तो ये अर्जुन सैंडविच में भी एक्सपर्ट है, लेकिन यही अर्जुन अभी जस्ट कल आ गया लक्ष्मण थापा के साथ, वहां पे जूनागढ़ में था, पोरबंदर में था, और उन्होंने दोनों ने और पुना के ग्रुप ने मिलके कीर्तन सबने मिला के 6000 भगवत डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर लिया। 6000 भगवत डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन 6000। और इधर आके अभी आएंगे तुरंत शाम को तुरंत पिज्जा देने को तैयार है। ये लक्ष्मण हमारा पिज्जा में एक्सपर्ट है, पिज्जा बॉय है वो, लेकिन वही जाके तुरंत पिज्जा एक हाथ में भगवता महाराज जी का नाम लेता है और हमारा वितरण होता है। तो कहने का मतलब क्या है कि महाराज जी से अटैचमेंट हमको रखना चाहिए, उनसे बाकी ये सब अपने आप चीजें चलती जाती है अपने आप, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। दूसरी चीज है कि इसी श्लोक में देखिए आगे प्रभुपाद ने कहा है, मैंने गोल्ड में लिखा है खाली, it is recommended that here that if one at all wants to realize Brahman or spiritual perfection, his attachment should be transferred to the sadhu or devotee. Lord Chaitanya also confirmed this. Lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hai. Simply by moment association with the sadhu, one can attain perfection. फिर आगे जाएंगे, पैराग्राफ का लास्ट भाग. The same principle is confirmed here. Attachment to a devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord. ये ध्यान रखना. Attachment is to a devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord, because if one associate with the sadhu, the result that the sadhu will teach him how to become a devotee, a worshipper, and a sincere servant of the Lord. These are the gifts of sadhu. If we want to associate with sadhu, we cannot expect him to give us instruction on how to improve our material condition, but he will give us instruction on how to cut the knot of the contamination of material attraction and how to elevate ourselves in devotional service. That is the result of association with the sadhu. First of all, instruct that the path of liberation begins with such association. हमारा सबका बहुत भाग्य है कि हम लोग महाराष्ट्र गोस्वामी महाराज जुड़े हैं। कि आप सभी लोग अनुभव कर सकते हैं कितने नए लोग हैं जिन्होंने महाराज को देखा नहीं है। बहुत सारे यहाँ पे भक्त आपके बाहर से सब आए हुए जिन्होंने महाराज देखा नहीं है, लेकिन वो लिटरली फील कर सकते हैं। टाइम बहुत है, 2 मिनट लेके मैं कंप्लीट करूंगा। जैसे प्रसन्न आपने नाम लिया गोविंदा रेस्टोरेंट का देवकी नंदन मेरे हमारे सपने में किधर भी नहीं था, वो बहुत दूर की बात है। अनुभव नहीं, पैसा नहीं, आपको बता रहा हूँ कुछ भी पता नहीं चीजों के बारे में। तो थोड़ा बहुत आपको ऊपर से इस्कॉन के ऑथर द्वारा कहने में आया कि भाई आप यहाँ पे इतना बड़ा मंदिर है, वो ठीक, तो बड़े सभी सिटी में इस्कॉन का रेस्टोरेंट रहता है और आपके तो कुछ नहीं है, क्योंकि हम लोग संडे और डेली फ्री खिचड़ी वितरण करते हैं। तो हमने सोचना क्या करें, तो उस चक्कर में हमने थोड़ा प्रसन्न आत्मनिर्भर करके मनोज प्रभु है, बाद में नीलेश प्रभु है, रजनीकांत है, ये सब ने यश प्रभु आते हैं बाहर से, और उन्हें बोले ठीक है थोड़ा बहुत चालू करेंगे। तो हमने तुरंत ही यहाँ पे फूड कोर्ट चालू किया। और पहले हम सोच रहे वीकली एक बार करेंगे, लेकिन आपको बता रहा हम लोग अभी डेली कर रहे हैं। और आपको बता रहा है हमारा गौरांग फूड कोर्ट बहुत सुंदर चल रहा है, बहुत बढ़िया। यस, अनबिलीवेबल, क्योंकि प्रसन्न एग्जैक्ट अकाउंट रख देता है। तो देखिए महाराज जी की रीत है, हमने खाली प्रयत्न किया और अभी लास्ट टाइम उसने मुझे अकाउंट बताया, मैं डिस्क्लोज करने मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कि ओपन रहेगा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। लगभग हमारा 6 लाख का सेल हो गया है टोटल, उसमें हमारा खाली एक्सपेंसेस है 2 लाख, तो प्योर 4 लाख का प्रॉफिट है। ये बात लास्ट में आता हूँ रेस्टोरेंट। तो अभी ये कम कर रहे थे, क्या करें, क्योंकि मैंने सब तपास किया, फर्नीचर और टेबल्स, इक्विपमेंट, या आप कितना ही प्रयत्न करें, आप नया लेंगे तो 2-3 करोड़ का खर्चा है, जुना लेंगे तो भी आप 90-1 करोड़ का जब पीछे नीचे जाएगा नहीं। हम सोच रहे। तो देखिए प्रसन्न जी का एग्जैक्ट का हर एक चीज आप एक फ्री प्लान है, आपका प्लान मत डालिए, मेरा खुद का अनुभव है। आपका प्लान डालेंगे वो बहुत ज्यादा लंबा चलेगा। आप महाराज के प्लान से जाएंगे, प्रार्थना कीजिए। तो हम सोच रहे क्या करना है, तो हमारे एक रेगुलर डोनर है, अगर आप ई रोड पे चले जाएंगे, यहाँ पे लेट्स ईट रेस्टोरेंट है। क्या नाम है रेस्टोरेंट का? लेट्स ईट, बहुत फेमस है। और हमारा खवैया कौन है इधर बैठा है कि नहीं? भाभी किधर? बहुत है, नहीं सेवा में है इधर, बहुत है वो। वहां पे जाके कभी खा के भी आया हुआ है वहां पे। तो हमारी चर्चा चल रही थी, और आपके हमारे लेट्स ईट के नरेंद्र भाई ये डोनर है आपने, हमने कभी किसी से मांगते हैं, ध्यान रखना स्वभाव महाराज की रीत, कभी कोई हमको कोई भक्त किससे पैसा मांगते नहीं है। तो उन्हें उनकी पत्नी हमेशा आती रहती है, वो कृष्ण से को अटैच है। तो हर एकादशी को अथवा हर पूनम को उनका रेगुलर 11,000 का डोनेशन। कितना? 11,000। उसके बाद क्या हुआ, कुंभ मेला का पता है, कुंभ मेला हमने सब इसको हमने बड़ा टेंट डाला था, आपको सबको पता है प्रयाग में। तो उनके भाई को वहां पे कुछ उनके सगे भाई को दुबई में कुछ डोनेशन देने की इच्छा थी। उन्होंने मुझे फोन कॉल किया कि मेरे भाई को डोनेशन देने की इच्छा, तो मैंने उधर का डोनेशन का नंबर दे दिया, लेकिन कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हो रहा था क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग डोनेशन दे रहे हैं, इससे करे। तो फिर बाद में उन्होंने वापस मुझे फोन किया। तो मैं बोला प्रभु जी देखिए, आपकी आस्था की बात है, अगर आप वही बात कोई मंदिर में यहाँ पे देंगे, इवन इधर देंगे कोई मंदिर में, तो आपको कुंभ में पहुंच जाएगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। वो जो सिंपल बात है उनको बहुत अच्छी लगी नरेंद्र भाई कि भाई आप उधर दे रहे कि इधर में दे रहे, जहाँ शुद्धता है, महाराष्ट्र में शुद्ध भक्त बैठे वहां पे देंगे तो आप उपयोग हो सकता है। उन्हें डोनेशन नहीं दिया, लेकिन आपका परिणाम बता रहा हूँ। फिर वहां एक बार ऐसे हम तो डोनेट पर्सन हम सोच रहे क्या करना है, रेस्टोरेंट कितना खर्चा है, पैसा नहीं है, सब कुछ ये कैसा कर सकते हैं, और करना भी प्रेशर आ गया है पूरा। तो ऐसे ही बैठा था और बातें कर रहे थे, तब 2 तारीख बैठा था, चर्चा कर रहे थे। चर्चे पता चला कि वो रेस्टोरेंट के बारे में बात करने लगे, और उनका रेस्टोरेंट मुझे पता है, लेकिन मुझे ये पता नहीं था कि उनका रेस्टोरेंट थोड़े समय पहले बंद हो गया। बंद इसलिए नहीं हुआ कि उनका क्वालिटी एकदम बेस्ट क्वालिटी फूड था उनका, सभी बहुत बेस्ट, राजकोट में उनका बहुत नाम था, लेकिन उनके पार्टनर ने उनको कुछ तकलीफ दी, दगा दिया फाइनेंशियली, तो फिर उनको बंद करना पड़ा। लॉस में पार्टनर बता रहा था और पैसा हाथ में नहीं आ रहा था। तो मुझे कुछ पता नहीं, मैं तो कल चर्चा कर रहा था, मैंने उनसे बातें पूछा कि प्रभु जी क्या हमको एक मदद कर सकते हैं क्या? मुझे एक ही मदद चाहिए कि आप हमको एक अच्छा कुक ढूंढ दीजिए, मुझे प्रॉब्लम चैलेंज कुक है, हमको बिना लहसुन का चाहिए, अच्छा भाव वाला चाहिए। तो अगर आप ये ढूंढ के लेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा है करके। उन्होंने कहा डेफिनेटली दूंगा, आपको चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है। और बस उतना विषय पूरा हो गया था। ऐसा कुछ उस टाइम पे हमारी कोई चर्चा नहीं चल रही थी। और बाद में हम सब चर्चा कर रहे थे कितना, मैं बोला प्रश्न बोला कि सब जगह बजट ले लें, तो सब बजट 2 अढ़ाई के ऊपर कोई नहीं नीचे नहीं आ रहा। फिर ऐसे सेकंड टाइम पर बात करने को आ गए, तो उनकी मिसेज भी साथ में थी, और बात में चर्चा कर उन्होंने पूछा कि आपको कुक किसके लिए चाहिए। उनको लगा कि हमको मंदिर के भोग के लिए कुक चाहिए। बोला हमको कुक इसके लिए चाहिए प्रभु जी, हम लोग थोड़े समय में रेस्टोरेंट चालू करना चाहते हैं, और हमको मेरा चैलेंज क्या है कि इक्विपमेंट मिल जाते हैं। मैं सभी को बता रहा हूँ, इक्विपमेंट आ जाती है महाराज के पास, लेकिन इक्विपमेंट को लेके चलाना, कंटिन्यू चलाना वही चैलेंज है सब जगह पे। तो हमारा चैलेंज ये है कि भाई हमको अगर रेस्टोरेंट चालू करना है तो अच्छा कुक मिल जाए तो अच्छा, बाकी हम साधन सामग्री इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं। तो वो लोगों ने कहा आपको साधन सामग्री कहाँ भी जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। वो लोग कहाँ जाएंगे, किधर मिलेगा? हमको लेके गए उनके रेस्टोरेंट में, बंद पड़ा हुआ है, सभी चीज बता दिया। उस दिन से लेके अभी तक किधर 3 महीना 3-4 महीना चला गया होगा, 3-4 महीना चला गया। जिस दिन पहले दिन से लेके उधर गए, यहाँ से हम आके, क्योंकि मेरा रीत है किससे बात करता है, मास्टर वहां से बैठ करते हैं। तो मैं बोला अभी कितना बताएगा, 2 करोड़ तो बताएगा, सेकंड हैंड तो 1 करोड़ तो जाएगा, क्योंकि आप देखना सभी प्योर साग की लकड़ी के पीछे ही पड़ी है, यहाँ पे लगाया है, अभी कल इसको रिनोवेशन करना। तो बोला कितना बताएगा? तो बोला देखिए प्रभु जी, मैं आपके गुरु महाराज के सामने बताओ, आपको जो देना है दे दीजिए। मैं बोला सब बातें ऐसे करते मन में करता हूँ, मैं थोड़ा बीच में रहता हूँ, और इसमें ऐसे 1-1 महीना चला गया। हर टाइम पे प्रश्न वही बोलता था, प्रभु जी बोलना आपको जो देना दे दीजिए, आपको जो देना दे दीजिए। तो हमने सब तपास किया कि भाई सेकंड हैंड भी लेंगे तो कितना पड़ेगा, सेकंड हैंड की गारंटी भी रहती है, तो कितने पड़े। तो हमने तपास किया तो कम से कम आप पीछे पड़ा, और आप आधा सामान बाकी लाना, क्योंकि सामान उस सब लाए नहीं, कम से कम 90 लाख का सामान था। कितना 90 लाख, 90 लाख का सामान था पूरा। आप रोज बिलीव कीजिए, उसके 1 महीना वापिस हम लोग बैठक हो गई, और वो और मिसेस थी। मैं बोला क्या करूं, कितना फिगर बोल, आप जो बोलेंगे मैं मारने को तैयार हो। तो मेरा मन चल रहा था भाई 90 का कितना करे, 60 करे, 50 करे, क्या करे पता नहीं चल रहा था। फिर महाराज जी का नाम लेके मैंने कहा कि आप ये सब कुछ हम लोग 11,11,111 शुभ आंकड़ा में लेना चाहते हैं। उन्होंने कहा डन कर। उनके मन में लवलेस ने कि भाई कम में भाव में दे रहा है, उनके मिसेस कुछ इतना ही नहीं, आप देखिए उसके ऊपर लास्ट पॉइंट बता रहा हूँ। उन्होंने कहा कि ये तो रेस्पेक्ट सामान तो दे रहा हूँ, पैसा भी नहीं मांग रहा, अभी तो दिया भी नहीं उन्होंने, हम देंगे क्या पता नहीं भी नहीं। और आगे के बाद बता रहा हूँ कि वो उन्होंने कहा कि मैं यहाँ पे, क्योंकि वो एक्सपर्ट है जहाँ तक ना आप चालू करेंगे तो देते हैं, वो बता रहे मैं यहाँ पे खाली रात को घर पे सोने के जाऊंगा, सब कुछ मैं आपको सेवा देने के लिए तैयार हूँ, मुझे एक पैसा भी नहीं चाहिए। तो अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आएंगे देखो बोला, क्योंकि मार्च का हमारा टारगेट है, महाराज के कृपा नहीं हो सकता है, लेकिन जब नेक्स्ट टाइम आएंगे तो जरूर यहाँ पे सुंदर स्वादिष्ट प्रेममय दिव्य गोविंदा रेस्टोरेंट खुला होगा, आपको बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं, यहाँ पे सब कुछ सभी रखेंगे हम लोगों पे। हरे कृष्णा। श्री महाराज की।
But remember one thing.
हरि बोल। नरेंद्र बेटे आप देखो, ये जरूर स्टैंड है नरेंद्र को बोल, अब ऊपर है खड़े, मुझे पता नहीं यहाँ पे नरेंद्र की मुझे कहा खाली कहा था देखिए तुलसी पत्र बोला था, इसका मतलब मुझे देना ही नहीं है अभी। हरे कृष्णा।
So if we have a Govinda's restaurant at Maharaj Mercy, the only thing we request of devotees when you come is you have to pay. Because the big challenge in ISKCON we find whenever we have Govinda's restaurant, they will say we are from here, isn't it? So why should we pay? Everybody has to pay. Maharaj will insist. So everyone will have to do that. Why? Because all this will be helpful for the temple. So thank you, Vaishnava Prabhu. Thank you to all the devotees in Rajkot. Maharaj always was was very practical, and he knew that we have to sustain the place, and we cannot do it in a non-Krishna conscious way. If we give people prasadam, this would be good. So let's pray now that something will come. And now we come to the very important part of the program. Let's all move forward now. We move forward now. All let us gather now, and Pushpanjali, we will need the flowers to be distributed, and then we should be ready for final aarti. Please come. Hare Krishna. Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki. Prabhu's Mataji's